happy birthday. That is all I can say. I wish you many, many happy returns. Is your mommy here?
Oh yeah.
Is your daddy here?
Oh yeah.
Are your friends here?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Is Kola here?
Oh yeah.
Is Uche here?
Oh yeah.
Is Amadu here?
Oh yeah.
Every once in a year, there is a special day to celebrate and jubilate. All your family and friends, everyone must attend to wish you well, to hear and tell. Oh, happy, happy birthday. That is all I can say. I wish you many, many happy returns. Happy, happy birthday. That is all I can say. I wish you many, many happy returns. Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Can I come in?
Oh yeah.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
I just want to say,
Happy birthday.
today na your day, do shakara. If they try, them go fall yakata. Today na your day, do shakara. T-shirt day dia,
Oh yeah.
Koyo day ya,
Oh yeah.
Efe day dia,
Oh yeah.
Kofi day ya,
Oh yeah.
Ajua day dia,
Oh yeah.
Adesuwa day ya,
Oh yeah.
Osas day dia,
Oh yeah.
Ene day ya.
Oh yeah.
Yo, today na your day, do shakara. If they try, then go for yakata. Today na your day, do shakara. Go, 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 go. Today na your day, do shakara. If they try, then go for yakata. Today na your day, do shakara. Go.
Happy birthday to you on this occasion of yours. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns. Happy birthday to you on this occasion of yours. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns. Congratulations. Happy birthday to you. 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 On this occasion of yours. Happy birthday to you. Many happy returns.
We give all the thanks to the Lord, all the thanks to the Lord, all the thanks to the Lord. Oh, we give all the thanks to the Lord, all the thanks to the Lord. All the thanks to. Let's sing with enthusiasm. We give all the thanks to the Lord. All the thanks to the Lord. All the thanks to the Lord. Amen. We want to sing from the pamphlet that was given to us. The celebrant loves this song so much, and he would like us to sing. Thanks in my soul, my strength your gods to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. The talk is done. When through the woods, the forest waits and wonder, and hear the birds sing sweetly in the trees. When I look down from lofty mountain above, and hear the brook, and feel the gentle breeze, then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Last time, when Christ shall come, we shout of acclamation, and take me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I shall bow in humble adoration, and then proclaim, my God, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. Oh, to thee. How great thou art. Oh, how great thou art. How great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. Oh, to thee. How great thou art. The chorus one more time. How great thou art. Oh, then sings my soul, then sings my soul. Oh, yes, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art, how great thou art. Then sings my soul, my Savior God to thee. How great thou art, how great thou art. Our Father and our God, we thank you, because truly thou art great. It is by you that we live, that we move, that we have our being. Lord, thank you for the miracle of sleeping and waking up. Thank you, Lord, for your Son that is celebrating and having us to gather us together to thank you on his behalf. Thank you, Lord, for the loins from where he came from. Thank you for the womb that bore him. Thank you, Lord, for everyone that has come to rejoice with him here, because you have said we should rejoice with those that rejoice. Thank you for bringing us down safely. Take all glory in the name of Jesus. Lord, we commit everything we are going to do today into your hands. That Spirit of God, you will take preeminence in Jesus' name. That in all that we'll be doing, you'll be glorified. Thank you for the beautiful weather. Thank you for every home that is represented here. Thank you for every institution. Thank you for his family. Thank you for everyone that has delivered to be here. Take all glory in Jesus' name. We ask for your great presence, Lord. Let it be with us. Let your power tabernacle here. And Lord, we ask, even as we have come to rejoice with him, let joy radiate throughout this program. Let your presence be mighty. Let everything go on smoothly. You have brought us down safely, take us back safely. And those who are on their way, bring down safely, Lord God. Father, we ask that in everything you will lead us. And at the end of the day, we'll have cause to glorify your name. Thank you because you have had us. In Jesus' name we have prayed. Amen. God bless you.
Join me to welcome to our midst Mr. Fakoya. Permit me while Mr. Adeleke Fakoya. A round of applause for him. We also have Odolami with his wife, Mrs. Adeleke Odolami. A round of applause for them. Thank you for joining us today. We are still expecting the Commissioner for Education in Lagos State, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo. We hope she joins us soon. Ladies and gentlemen, I also like to introduce to this gathering Mr. Obafemi Okeowo. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Beside him, we have Mr. Sikiru Ashamu. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much. Professor Sikiru. Mo fi promotion ara mi ṣeré. Ọ̀gá má bínú lórí ọlọ́run. Mo dẹ̀ máa due for anyone next year. Ṣé mo ṣe sà? A round of applause for Prof, ladies and gentlemen. So beside him is our very special professor and friend of the Department of English, our own director for CGNS, Professor Akinpelu. A round of applause for our Prof once again, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Prof. Thank you for being there always. And then our mommy is also beside him. Mommy, welcome. Thank you. God bless you. I'd like to now introduce our mother of the department. When I heard when she joined the department, and I found out well, it will be 6 months. Kí daddy may meet mommy as at that or that in lecture. I've learned to prostrate everywhere I see her in the department. She will say, Gani, ladies and gentlemen, join me as I present to this gathering Dr. Lola Ladimi. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. We also have in our midst our Oga from the Department of English, Dr. Steve. A round of applause for Dr. Steve. Others in our midst are Engineer Fumi Thompson, a very good friend of the celebrants. Thank you, Auntie Fumi. We also have Chief Ganiu Balogun in our midst. Good to have you, sir. Apologies if not well pronounced. Thank you very much. And then we have one of the celebrants' siblings also, Mrs. Fadike Ogumuyiwa Fakoya. A round of applause for Prof. Sister. Thank you very much. We have in our midst also Dr. Sylvester Idowu, the Secretary LASU. A round of applause for Dr. Sylvester Idowu. Other faculties from the Department of English. We have my amazing ego from the Department of Theatre Arts, Dr. Babatokwe. Thank you for coming. Beside him, we have one of the biggest comics in Nigeria, popularly known as Simply Saka. A round of applause for that. Thank you for being here. That is the celebrant. Our amazing Professor Adeleke Fakoya. Former head of Department of English, Lagos State University. Former Dean, Faculty of Arts, Lagos State University. Director, LASU TV.
In final analysis, I think Leke has been a pride not only to the family, to everybody that came across or that is coming across, whichever it might be. He is ready to offer the best of assistance in terms of knowledge, wisdom, academics, whatsoever. As he celebrates his 60th birthday today, I wish my brother more fruitful years in Jesus' name. Amen. In sound health, amen. Peace, amen. Joy, amen. Abundant grace from the Father Almighty. Amen. By the grace of God, we are here to celebrate his 70, amen. His 80, amen. His 90, amen. If not permits, his century in the mighty name of Jesus. Amen. Thank you very much.
I'd like to also invite some of our dignitaries to the high table if they are not there already, but then I guess they are seated. We have in our midst Professor Paula Ola. A round of applause for Prof. Thank you very much. I also saw coming in my teacher and big brother, Prince Adebukola Adedoyin. Thank you for joining us. God bless you. And so we move to the next person to say something about Professor Adeleke Fakoya. She looks to me to be perhaps the opposite of the dad. Professor Fakoya is naturally conspicuous. Even if he does not like to be seen, everybody sees him. He is charismatic. But then our charismatic, beautiful lady here would prefer to be at the backstage. A round of applause for the sweet princess. She too will tell us who that is. First and foremost, what does it feel like to have a professor as a father? And so, what does it feel like to have a professor as a dad? And then who is your dad? Let us know him.
Hello everybody, good afternoon. My name is OJ. What does it feel like to have a professor as a dad? Everybody expects you to know English. I'm not saying that I don't know English, but they expect you to you should understand. Then, okay, my daddy, I'm really grateful that I have him as a father because he's always there for me and my brothers. They're not here today because they're in school. He's always there for us and he always provides for us. Anytime I ask for money, he always sends me money. And I ask for money quite often. So, for anything at all, even snacks. And then I remember times in school that I would get into serious trouble with the principal. He always helped to sort that out and he never blew out of proportion. I'm really grateful for that because not everybody's parents will react that way. I'm just really glad that God has kept him and I pray that God will continue to keep him many, many more years in Jesus' name.
You know, the Yoruba postulation that owó lobìnrin mọ̀ mo rò pé àgbà ló bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni mo mọ̀ má ti kékeré ni OJ ìwọ náà ti láìkí owó láti sìn. A round of applause for OJ Fakoya. Thank you for telling us something about your dad. Thanks for telling us he's an amazing father. Well, if he could be an amazing mentor to many of us, of course, it's not to be doubted that he must be an amazing father. So, ladies and gentlemen, how amazing do you think it is for two persons to have been friends and colleagues for over 35 years? You know what it means for two persons to have their offices right opposite for 35 years. Professor Adeleke Fakoya, our guest, joined the Lagos State University in 1985, and the only person he met there, who is still there, is our own mother of the department, Professor Lola Ladele. I would like to ask Professor Ladele, what does it seem like being a colleague with a man for over 35 years? A round of applause for Prof. as she comes to tell us about this colleague of hers.
Good afternoon, everybody. Somehow I came to be the mother of the department. These young girls they are trying me. Okay, so Leke just came. Who is this tall boy? Is he not taller than me? You know? And that went on between us, sort of. And then we went to a place called Multilingual. We were both young, unknown to each other, but somehow Professor Akere brought us together. And there we were at Multilingual. Here we were in the department. And one thing about Fakoya is his sexuality. He wears it on his sleeve. And he would come near me and he would think he was my boyfriend from another world. And you know, the beauty of it was that, or is that, Fakoya does not know my best color. He doesn't know my bra size. But the way that he would, you know, hug me, and then I would just flow with him. And it's a huge thing even on campus. Some people think that, no, they must be doing this thing. But seriously, we are just professional colleagues. And we have kept it that way. He's my kid brother, and he is a good brother. Welcome to the club of 60s. God will bless you, God will keep you, God will uphold you to the very end. In the mighty name of Jesus.
Thank you very much, Professor Lola Labili. Nǹkan tẹ́ sọ yẹn bàbá náà ṣe wọ LASU àmàrò. Àwa náà ṣe máa ń rí yín pọ̀ nígbà yẹn. Sáwọn ọ̀gá yìí ṣe boyfriend and girlfriend in the school. Thank you very much. It's an amazing thing, like I said earlier, to have been friends for 35, 36 years. May the Lord sustain the friendship. I'd like to also welcome my big sisters, Dr. Abayomi Bello. Welcome. We have here too Dr. Wumi Oyeburema. I was asking her today while we were coming here, Tẹ́ẹ̀bà jẹ́ lecturer kí lè máa jẹ́ náà. Lọ́mà kí lè pè ọlọ́pàá àbí civil defence. A round of applause for these beautiful ladies. The twins are here. The third of the triplets is also there. Mackay is there. All right, so while we try not to make this so long, we have to hear from, say, about 2 more persons. And quickly before then, I want to welcome the celebrant's immediate younger sibling and the husband, Pastor and Pastor Mrs. Tokumbo Akinshola. A round of applause for them. Thank you very much. So ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we should also hear from a wonderful colleague of the celebrant, the director, CGNS, Lagos State University, Professor Akinpelu. A round of applause for the ladies and gentlemen. God bless and keep you for us, sir.
Gani. Special greetings to everybody on a special day like this, special in all spheres. We also specially congratulate our own brother, Adeleke Fakoya. The Adeleke Fakoya we have gathered to celebrate is a very key person. I came to LASU 1996 and I met this young man. I still don't believe he's 60 yet. No, because he lives life in a very special way that we all appreciate. And we noted that without him around us, around us, something is missing. Without this man around us, wherever we are, no, something is still missing. But what is actually missing became known when LASU, anytime LASU has problem, this guy has bundle of ideas that will solve problems. Bundle of ideas. Apart from the connections that he has, connections here and there, commissioner for this, the minister for that, all of them, they are all around me at the beacon. Just call them, this is what is happening. And he doesn't lie. That's what I love in him. He's a straightforward person. Very straightforward. He will never lie about anything. He will tell us the whole truth and tell the whole world. Even if heavens will fall, you will hear the truth from the fact. So it's a major reference point when you are looking for the truth about any issue in the university. And that makes me very close to him. And this guy is a reliable person. He can speak the truth anytime. No matter whose horse is God, this man will tell us the truth. We appreciate him so dearly. I want to believe that LASU can never forget the contributions of this man. Can never forget the contributions of Lefak for 35 years. He has produced so many professors, eminent people. I was in Abuja one time for LUC assignments. Quite a number of them around me when they heard I'm from Lagos State, they said, "Oh, how's Lefak?" And I now noted most of them are girls. I said, "Ah." I said, "Why is it that you tell you girls to ask me for Lefak? Can't you ask for a man?" And Steve is also there. You don't ask them Steve. Ogupito is there now. All of them are there. Big brains, you know. But I noted he opens up to everybody. It's not like Prof. Lola said. It's not that he doesn't go far. He embraces people, and it ends there. So today, on behalf of my own Center for General and Nigerian Studies, we want to say congratulations to this big man that Nigeria truly has. Thank you.
Thank you very much, our own Professor Akinpelu. Centrality, you know, ní nǹkan. Ẹ̀kọ́ tí wọ́n wà bẹ́ẹ̀ sí nígbà àwọn èèyàn ni mo ti ń mú lára ọ̀gá. But inú mi dùn pé à ń gbóòótọ́ ń bẹ́ẹ̀ sí. Ṣé mo pé sex, Prof, maybe on Wednesday, man, would have you say more about sex and sexuality? Because sexuality is different from just sex. So I am taking sexuality from my mentor. Sexuality ni kò ṣe sex. Ṣé ní pé wọ́n ti sọ́ọ́sì pé gbogbo ọmọ yẹn náà sọ́pọ̀ rẹ̀ lásán làwọn àtọ̀gá? But frankly, I have a secret to share. Even as an undergraduate, àwọn agun òfin bẹ́ẹ̀ láìkì ọ̀gá. Gbogbo àwọn ọmọ tó yẹ káwa máa fẹ́ fúnra wọn lọ́mọ lọ́n tó sí ọ̀gá. Ọ̀gá ò ní padà gbà. Àwọn tí máa ń sọ fún ọkùnrin ló ní ìranù ara yín. Àwọn atajẹ́gbẹ́ yín tajọ jẹ́ sàwáwù. Tajọ wà ń bí. It is always Lefak àmúlẹ̀ ìgbọ́ ìwọ̀sùn tí òun. Àwa kéékèèké yìí ń kọ́. Ẹ jẹ́ káwa jọ máa wà. Ẹ fọ̀gá ọlọ́gàá lẹ̀. Thank you very much, Prof. Thank you for being a gift to the world. A round of applause for him once more. Now, well, I'll be the last person to say something about him. Ladies and gentlemen, we have in our midst Professor Fasheun from the Department of Theatre Arts and Music, Lagos State University. Àwọn táwọn àtọ̀dá jọ ṣe 80s àti early 90s ńlá súnmìyàn. Tí àwọn bá fẹ́ gbàṣírí Professor Fakoya, àwọn sources gidi nìyẹn. Welcome once again. So, we'd like to invite one of Professor Fakoya's old students. When he mentioned that he was his student, he was okay. The old students, so it's like there are types of old students. So from the first republic of the old students of Professor Adeleke Fakoya, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to this gathering the Osiore Anokankanfo of Benin. Ọ̀gá ti kọ́ àwọn èèyàn púpọ̀ gan. Ọ̀gá kọ́ pásítọ̀, wọ́n ká fà, wọ́n kó lówó, kódà wọ́n kọ́ babaláwo rí. Nínú àwọn old students wọn, àmọ̀ wọn kan, tó ti padà di oníṣègùn báyìí. Èèyàn ò lè rọ́jà mú ẹni tó kọ́ pásítọ̀, tó ká fà, tó kọ́ babaláwo, tó kọ́ wòlíì. Níbo ló fẹ́ gbà mú? Ọ̀gá ẹ̀ ní ṣubú lágbára Ọlọ́run. By the grace of the Most High. Ladies and gentlemen, to also speak about the celebrant is the OC, Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Yoruba land, Akogun Gani Kayode Balogun. A round of applause for our amazing. Maybe he will be the chairman, Adeleke Lefak Fakoya, Old Students Association. A round of applause for him once again. Thanks. Actually, my name is Akogun Gani. Secondly, Fredby. My name is Akogun Gani Kayode Balogun Jr. Now everybody calls me GKB. I appear on a small program, a tiny program called Journalist Standards. Well, we are the pioneers, what they call the guinea pigs of LASU English department. And we were, of course, I wasn't this big then, both metaphorically and physically. And they were the point that Adeleke Fakoya, Steve, Dr. and Mrs. Dr. Nadele were just coming in. And of course, we all know what Dr. Fakoya was capable of. They were fantastic, so I cannot lie. So, but like they said, he didn't step over the line of. So, which to me is a sign of discipline. I've never seen him cross the line more than maybe a few times. But like I said, I cannot lie. Of course, I see my old crush is here, Dr. Nadele. She was so tall, she was so fine. So we have to go to the back of the class to make trouble so you can notice us. Luckily, some of my mates, Funmi Adewale is dead now. The prince of Ekpe. We know ourselves the backbenchers. And our main job in class was to go and harass Ms. Nadele in her class. We just sit at the back. Look at this fine woman. She's fine. She's tall. And then we make trouble at the back. Of course, we don't have the temerity or the courage to do more than that. But that's okay. I'm glad to see her today. I've not seen her in 35 years. Well done, welcome. Steve-O, it's been a while. So we can do. Yeah, back to Adeleke Fakoya. Adeleke, Dr. Fakoya, or Professor Fakoya, anyone that comes from the fact, is both a friend and a brother. Not only to me, he has produced nothing less than, over the last 35 years, close to 70,000 students. Some of us are in the Senate, some of us in the House of Reps, some of us are candidates now, some of us are professors, there are some of us in the US that have a group called Friends of Fakoya. They are so enamored with him that they do that. And like the man said, most of them, of course, are girls. I don't know why. I'm just stating obvious facts. But what he has done for me in the last 35 years is to be a mentor, a friend, and somebody who can confide in. What is strange about the fact is that he doesn't draw a line when it comes to giving you support. The support is unconditional. It doesn't matter whether you've done a bad thing, you've done a good thing, as long as you're his friend, he will actually let's get out of this trouble. They will come back and descend on you. And descend on you, he will. In fact, you wish that he has never interfered in the first place. But he will do it to get out of trouble. And that to me is the key. Because as you grow older, the only things you remember are memories. And memories are the only thing that will keep you. Because the lost is gone. Once you assist, unless you want to tamper with it. And then somebody will have to have an heart attack. The lost is gone. The dreams are modified. A lot of things are now what you left are memories of what you shared with people. A lot of people have built houses, they built mansions, but people cannot remember them for one good thing. I represent a group of people that remember the fact for all the good things he has done. And that to me is key. It's not the amount of money, like they said in the US, it's not the amount of breath that you take. It's the amount of breath that takes your breath away. It's what you do to people that's your legacy. Not the cars, not the private jets, not the titles, but the fact that you touch people's lives in such a manner that 35 years later, they still consider you a mentor, a teacher, and a friend. And that's what I said. Whatever, today I was supposed to be somewhere else. I said, no. In fact, I cannot be 60, and I will not be here. And I have to go through all the rigors of Lagos to get here. So I'm going to pray for you. Not because I'm also a traditional chief. So I'll do it in Yoruba so that you don't have ambiguity. I'm one of the way I'm more funny. Adeleke Fakoya. Aṣọ funfun kì í tẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ Ọlọ́bàtálá kò ní tẹ́. Adeleke Fakoya. Aṣọ pupa kì í tẹ́ lọ́dọ̀ àwọn oníṣàngó kò ní tí. Ogún ọdún kan ní ojú òní tiẹ̀ kò ní di àgbà àyà. Wàá gbó, wàá tọ́, wàá fọwọ́ páwó, wàá fi èrìgì, wàá fi jẹ popcorn. Ẹni ẹlẹ́yìn ò nígbà ṣe wọn ò ní fi àdó àránṣẹ́ sí ẹjọ́ wéjì náà ọmọ ẹ wọn ò ní fi àdó àránṣẹ́ sí ẹni jọ tí àwọn bá ṣe oríire mo jẹ fẹ́ kórí fún ẹ kórí fún mi náà kò sí ara ẹ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ àṣẹ fi gùn ẹ̀dá ọ̀sán tẹ́kọ̀ọ́. A round of applause for Osiare. Èmi tí ẹ̀ ń wò pé ká bá fẹ́ ṣe swearing-in fún àwọn members National Assembly èyí tá fi ń lo Bible yẹn ká máa perú àwọn Osiare ká fi ìpè ilé ẹ̀fẹ́ lòmíì tó bá ti ṣe rádaràda sọdá nìyẹn. Ladies and gentlemen, before we bring this segment to a close, so I mentioned earlier that being the compare here today is secondary. The primary thing is that I have also joined a league of others to celebrate my mentor and role model. So I'll be the last person to speak before we do the cutting of the cake. And while I was thinking about ewo ni kí n tiẹ̀ sọ nínú gbogbo nǹkan t'Ọlọ́run fi ọ̀gá ṣe láyé wa, I decided that I was just going to publish an article about him today in all national newspapers, and to make it succinct, I am just going to read the few words I published this morning. The title of the article is "The Sheep of My Scholarship, Lefak at 60." Like the popular source target metaphorical mapping, life is a journey. Anyone who wishes to successfully journey through life needs a map or a compass. Such a map is designated as a mentor or a role model. As a young aspiring lecturer over a decade ago, I needed them seriously. And in Professor Adeleke Lefak Fakoya, I found more than one. By God's grace and with him as my compass, I journeyed through the wilderness of scholarship and emerged as the prince of the academic jungle. I backed my PhD in record time within 3 years, just as he did, because I was under his tutelage. Now let me regale the world with the story of his impact on the occasion of the 60th birthday. Beyond the striking looks, the charismatic courage, and the 21st century pedagogical style which distinguished him, my attraction to Professor Fakoya since 2007 to date was occasioned by the top-down balance in his scholarship. He would facilitate training one day and be the guest on the TV program the following day. Having observed his indefatigability and other sterling qualities, I summoned the courage to ask him in 2010, Oga, what do you teach people in the society whenever you facilitate training? With the systemic, do you teach the functional grammar or the basic grammar? With a smile, he replied us, Gani, you will know that soon. Fast forward to early 2012, he called me one evening and asked that I join him at home the next morning. Expectedly, I was there earlier than the appointed time. After all, I only managed to sleep. Who sleeps well when he has got an appointment with his mentor very early? I realized upon getting to his house that I was to join him as an observer during 10 days training with magistrates in Lagos State. I was elated and willing to pay for this. It afforded me a unique opportunity to finally discern the kind of English this Colossus teaches the public. Dear listeners, the privilege of participating in that training culminated with the identity called GAP today. In astonishing fashion, I was gifted 25,000 naira at the end of the training for conscientiously learning what I would have gladly paid for. This was in addition to the daily bus fare of 1,000 naira and a copy of the manual that I received. I returned home on that day, counted the money and wept afterwards. I have never worked for 25,000 naira all my life. Why on earth did he give me money for coming to learn for free? The reason was absolutely unfathomable. Well, all I could do was to send a long text of prayer, and characteristic of the mysterious Lefak, the reply I received in the form of a text embodied just a sentence, and he said, "Gani, go and do the same unto others." There and then, I made up my mind that the world would immensely benefit from the unique pedagogical exposure that the training afforded me. That was the genesis of English for today. Do you now understand why I call him my Lord Academic? If you have ever learned a thing or two from those daily lessons that I have masterminded for more than 5 years, or from that column that has addressed different intricacies in the use of the English language in the last 1 year, you owe Lefak a heartfelt prayer. I learned from him that if you must be the teacher of the general public, then you have to avoid jargon and be descriptive. Even though that was just the start of the tremendous developments God bettered in my existence through Professor Adeleke Fakoya, let's stop here for now. God willing, I look forward to seeing you at the 70th birthday when I shall continue this story. My mentor, may the unceasing glory of God continue to radiate in your existence. You started well, you are doing well, and you will end well by God's grace. Happy birthday, Professor Adeleke Fakoya. Oh, sure. So, about Odominiye, dear Tariso Ninu Ruidoguneye, may the Lord preserve Professor Adeleke Fakoya for us all. Ladies and gentlemen, at this juncture, we're coming to the cutting of the cake. And I would like to invite a very special comic in our midst, a renowned and popular comedian, actor, and academic. He will come to tell us something about Professor Adeleke Fakoya. Afterwards, he will coordinate the cutting of the cake. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to this gathering a face that is not unknown to every one of us, Afiz Oyitoro, simply Saka. A round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Let me start like this. I know that this is a gathering of erudite scholars. So it's a very difficult task for me to speak English because I speak Nigerian industrial English. All the professors here, they speak domestic English. Those who are opportune to be educated in a very big way, they went to nursery, primary school, they taught them A for apple, and so on and so forth. As a matter of fact, they were born into the family of English-speaking parents. So they think in English. Even before they went to school, they were already speaking English. For some of us, we were born in a typical Yoruba family. Nobody sabi book. We speak in Yoruba, we think in Yoruba. And when we started school, we did not start nursery, primary school. We went straight to local authority primary school, where they teach English language in Yoruba language. And so before we speak English, we speak it in Yoruba first. Then we think about it in Yoruba, then we translate in English. So when I'm speaking English, please forgive me. I'd like to congratulate Professor Lefak. A lot of people here will know me as Saka, but Professor Lefak know me as Adola. Adola Adola, please don't worry. Adola is just a matter of sexuality. It is not. I am not as terrible as the name sounds. But when we were at the University of Ibadan, I first met Professor Lefak when I was doing my masters in Ibadan. He was rounding up his PhD program then at Obafemi Awolowo Hall. At first, I had a reservation about him because he's so peculiar. You will see him around beautiful things, and then his face behaving like a small school boy and all that. So I thought in my mind that since everybody around very beautiful, I may not be relevant. But to my surprise, he used to come to theater art, and then he just saw me one afternoon and said, Adola! And he just brought himself down to my level. I said, oh, this guy is a nice man. And I went to his room. Whoa! I thought I was in a 3-bedroom flat, furnished by American furniture works and all that. I said, this one is a special student. But he never, he showed that to all of us. He would come to us with jokes and all that until he left. So that has always been in my mind. So when I saw Professor Lefak, I always remember that thing. And so it has always been my motto. If you can think it, you can do it. So when I was traveling to Iseyin, I came from Iseyin. I was traveling to Iseyin at that peak of bandit attack. And you know that before you go, you have to pass through Abeokuta, Gwora, Lalate, and all that before you join Iseyin. And those are the very, sensitive road. Because I thought I could go to Iseyin, so I decided to go to Iseyin. So when we passed Abeokuta, I just saw some people gathering there. I just saw them, and they stopped our vehicle. They said, the bandits, they are somewhere at border, so all of us will turn back. But I said, I think I can go to Iseyin. So I can go to Iseyin. I think I will go. Move the motor. And then we are driving. Then at the top we met some group of policemen. They said, the bandit, so I think going to Iseyin. I will go to Iseyin. Move the motor. Then there are some soldiers coming. You're supposed to defend us now. Do you think you can kill this guy? Me, I think I can go to Iseyin. I will go to Iseyin. Move. We got there. We saw them. And they said, okay, don't worry, move, don't worry. Open the door. I opened. I walked. And I went straight to the leader of the bandit. I said, why are you doing this now? This is Nigeria. We are supposed to live in peace. If you have anything that you want to, you are angry about, let's sit down together and settle this thing amicably. Because I think we can have peace in Nigeria. And if you think it, you can have it. The man looked at me and said, oh, wow. That is very sensible. Because of that, you can go. And I walk through, enter my car, move the body. The guy was so excited, jogger inside one pothole like that. And I woke up from my dream. And so, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I know that even if I think it, I will not make an attempt from it. I will just call my people at the sense. Sorry, the road is bad. Although I think I could come, but I won't come. Let the bandits go away first. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to.
All right, so everything of way, I like to be a budget. Only way I can get back for $1 so that I can face. Everything more than do you logo. I think just so that the family should do. I'd like to also welcome some very important personalities to our midst. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to this gathering the chairperson of this occasion. Since we are celebrating an educationist and a teacher par excellence, of course, expectedly, the chairperson of the occasion would be the head of the education sector in our own Lagos State. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, with a very loud applause, join me as I welcome to our midst the Commissioner for Education in Lagos State, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo. Round of applause for the Commissioner for Education, representing the governor, representing the entire cabinet of Lagos State, saying a very happy birthday to Professor Adeleke Lefak Fakoya. Also in our midst, I want to welcome Mr. and Mrs. Sheyinde Fadeni. A round of applause for them, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us to welcome Professor Fakoya. Right away, Simply Saka would continue with the process of cutting the cake, after which the Commissioner for Education, being the chairperson of the event, would have a word too for the celebrants. Then we proceed to the cutting of the cake.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, without wasting our time, want to wish Professor Lefak very wonderful birthday. And I wonder because when we were in school, I thought I was about, he was about 2 years my junior, only to discover that it's about 5 years my age. A round of applause for him. And so, to cut the cake, I would also like to call one of my colleagues, who is also a junior colleague to Professor Lefak, who is the first person to direct me on stage. And so I would like him to be with me while we coordinate the cutting of the cake. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. Femi Babatope is a lecturer at Theatre Art Department, Lagos State University.
A round of applause for my boy lecturer.
So, Femo, you are welcome. We need to cut this cake, and we are going to dramatically invite Professor Lefak to the cake right now. Femi, over to you.
Well, I do not mind, even if my promotion is at stake. You have invited me, and I will do justice to it. There is something about the Prof that nobody can meet. Is the fact that he looks like a soldier. And we are going to march him to this place like a soldier. Now, I remember when I was a soldier. 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 Ibiaya, 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 Ibiaya,
Stone them.
So we'd like to invite the chairperson
Stone them.
to join with the celebrants to cut the cake. Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo, the dear daughter of the celebrant, Oji Fakoya, is already there. May I also invite the Commissioner for Physical Planning and Urban Development in Ogun State, Mr. Tunji Odunami, to also join in the cutting of the cake. Afterwards, the picture session will continue. And teachers will continue.
No, before we order the cutting of the cake,
it's still the same thing.
We'll do our duet.
It's still the same thing. No more problem, camera.
Àṣòro òmòrò lọ́wọ́ àṣòro òmòrò. Ọdọọdún là ń rórógbó. Ọdọọdún là ń ráùsá. Ọdọọdún là ń rọ́mọ òbí lórí àtẹ. Àyùn lọ àyùn bọ̀ lọ́wọ́ yẹnu. Àtẹ̀gbẹ́ lẹ́sẹ̀ tẹ̀nà. Adífá fún Ọ̀rúnmìlà. Nígbà tó tàjú lé ọ̀run bọ̀ wá lé ayé. Òun àtàjú kọ́tọ́. Àwọn orin àwọn wa bọ́ sí lẹ́nu. Ó wí pé happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you, Lefak. Happy birthday to you. By the special powers conferred on us, spread your lovely pen-pushing fingers towards the cake. And the people flanking you on both sides will compliment by just spreading their lovely hands. And so right now, there is a man who is here observing the holy month. Let him continue at this juncture.
We are in the holy month of Ramadan, and we believe that nothing happens except that God has approved of it. God gave Professor Lefak a very wonderful set of parents who gave birth to him 60 years ago. Some at the age of 60 seconds, they died. Some at 50, they died. And some at 60, they are nowhere to be found. But to the glory of God today,
is youthful.
Lefak is here. Highly intelligent.
He has good health.
Good head,
sound mind,
and
very protruding nose.
A very, very interesting nose for that matter. And so, to cut the cake, we are going to spell that holy name, God.
Okay.
And so,
hold it. We won't just do it. Let the whole world join us.
Yes.
Give us a J.
G.
Oh yeah, J.
Oh yeah, give us a G. Give us a G. G O
O
D
D.
God. A round of applause for him. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Professor Lefak. God will be with you. And witness many years alive in excellent health.
We'd like to hear from the head of the education sector. By virtue of being the chairperson of this occasion, we want to hear from him who Professor Adeleke Fakoya is to the educational sector of Lagos State. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are not busy yet, join me as I welcome the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's nice to be here. I didn't know I would be the chairman. I just came in quietly, hoping to leave quietly. Still hoping to leave quietly without any fuss. But I am very glad I got here in time. So, Professor Adeleke Lefak Fakoya. And of course, after that, he and I started consulting. We worked together with a lot of with a number of states and with Lagos State in particular, and it was such a pleasure to work with him. And now, since then he has adopted me, but he calls me Big Sis. And it's a pleasure to be his Big Sis because he's such an interesting man. You know that talking with him is always a pleasure. So, and I can't be recollecting all the discussions that we've had, but I know that they are always fun, and I'm always careful, like I said, because you don't want to start
saying what you shouldn't say, especially as far as English is concerned. But luckily we speak most in Yoruba, so that has been, at least he's not an expert in Yoruba, is he? I don't think so. So it's a pleasure working with him and knowing him and being his big sis. It's been an honor for me in particular, and I wish him all the best. Like I said, 60 is a great age to be. In the old days, at 60 you were old. Somebody like me, I have no plans whatsoever to retire. So for me, 60 is just like I'm still a working person and I can still work and I would still like to work for the next, I don't know how many years, so long as God allows one the energy. So Prof, you just started. You retire probably as emeritus Prof. And when you get to that level, an uncle of mine was emeritus Prof. And he said people started saying Professor Emeritus. So people were very worried that they were going emeritus. So, but don't worry, I'm sure you carry it up with great aplomb. So once again, I welcome you to the club. I wish you all the best in life. I pray for God's blessings upon you. At this age, what matters most now is good health. That you are in good health, that you are in full possession of your faculties, that you are still able to enjoy your children. You haven't done much yet as far as children are concerned. You still have some major things to do, and by God's grace, gbogbo aṣojú ẹ̀mí láyé àwọn ọmọ yín ráwọn ọmọ tó bá wọn Ọlọ́run. I can say that I'm a grandmother, and my mother is still alive, so it's still possible that he will see many more years. Wishing you all the best once again, and for all of us, irú nǹkan báyìí ṣọ̀wọ́n láàrin ẹbí wa o. Àwa náà adébẹ̀ akọjá abẹ o. Ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ̀ tí ì débẹ̀ ẹ̀ dé 60, ẹ̀ kọjá 60, ẹ̀ kọjá 70, ẹ̀ kọjá 80, ẹ̀ kọjá 90. 90 yẹn lé o. 90 ni màmá mi. Mo dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé 90 yẹn kò ń ṣe kékeré rárá. Thank you.
A round of applause for the Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Olasha Adeleke. You would agree with me that she has also spoken like education. Thank you for the prayer for Professor Fakoya. Thank you for the general prayer. You tell hope that in the community, so that in 92 to go. So be interested in taking that much. Professor Adeleke, Professor Fashion, Professor Steve Olukpeto, Prince Adedoye, Dr. Abayomi Bello, and all other colleagues from Lagos State University. Dr. McKay, Ms. Akinsoya, Dr. Babatope, Kọ́má wa ní kí ni ìwọ náà ń ṣe, èmi náà ti gbaṣẹ́ sí LASU. Okay, Prof will also join us there. Here is to say that, of course, the birthday. Okay, in 2 sessions, maybe English then other departments, or how do we? English first, yes. Art first, okay. Art first. Prof said English first, then Hausa later. But then art first. Come on, you want to shake. LASU community. Now we can take other faculty members from Lagos State University. Assembly of Professors. Immediately after now, please let's take the Riverbank Estate. The Riverbank Estate neighbors. Immediately after now, please. We're rounding off this photo session so that the celebrants can dance. Some of us can't wait to see him dance. Alright, so the Riverbank neighborhood now. Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Professor Mother. Thank you.
Adeleke Lefak Fakoya. Lọ́jọ́ ayé rẹ̀ kò fẹ́ sí. Ìwọ lọ́lọ́ fẹ́ kó máa yọ.
I'd like to specially acknowledge the director of Lagos State University Multimedia Center, Professor Amo. Thank you, Prof. Apologies. Now, so we're waiting for the Riverbank neighborhood. Please, neighbors from the estates.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Professor Adeleke ìjọba ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ tẹ̀bí tara wọn bá tó wọ́n bá yọ wọ́n bá dúdú ẹgbẹ́ lórí ìṣèlú lóṣù.
Can we have the Unilag community, please? The Unilag community immediately after now. Professor Bamiro, Dr. Loko. No, immediately after now, sir. Thank you.
Professor Adeleke èmi yẹn ṣọ̀pọ̀ ọmọdún láyé ìbádọ́ ọdún kan ní lọ́nà ìwé. Adeleke mi.
Thank you, the Unilag community, please. Professor Bamiro, Dr. Loko. Immediately after now, let's have Sister Cheyenne Falomo and other friends. Alright, now the Unilag team. Immediately after now, we will have Mrs. Sister Cheyenne Falomo and other friends.
Àwọn àgbà ẹjọ́ àwọn àgbà ẹjọ́ lọ́la ẹgbẹ́ bí wọ́n lè tó ní ilé ìṣáájú. Wà á gbó bí olóko ti ń gbó. Ilé Adeleke ni mo wà lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bàbá mi o, ọmọ bàbá.
Immediately after that, we'll be taking Honorable Justice Kayode Ogunjobi and some other friends too. Okay, now Mrs. Giwa,
Ọmọ wọn
please.
níjẹ̀bú ilé. Ọmọ ìjẹ̀bú alárẹ̀.
Okay, we can do it together now.
Bàbá Ẹdẹ́lẹ́ bàbá rẹ̀.
continue later so that the celebrants will come. Bring it down a little. Now, John, catch me on your
ọmọ balógun ni ẹ má bìyà jọmọ balógun ẹ má bìyà jọmọ balógun ìdákìrì àwọlú ẹsẹ àgbòde o. Kàní Fakoya ọba dídí ọmọ.
All right, now we're going to have the celebrants dance. Okay, the babes. The babes. Fakoya's babes.
Adeleke Fakoya.
Àwọn àti babes yà wọ́n tún wọ́n yunifásitì.
Ó ti ṣe iná orí ẹlẹ́gàn ló bàjẹ́. Orí ẹlẹ́gàn ló bàjẹ́.
Okay, so Fakoya babes. Àwọn babes àlẹ́ sọ ìyá ọmọ tí wọ́n yunifásitì. Let's have the celebrant dance now in the company of something. Yes. So that we don't break it, can we just have vote of thanks from him before the dance? Thank you. Thank you. Tábà ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ dáǹsì yẹn, ní fẹ́ stop. Ẹja gbóyìnbó látọ̀dọ̀ Professor. Ladies and gentlemen, ya sáré yẹ. Gbogbo owó iṣẹ́ náà, show something nice for one. Don't try, ọ̀gá ló try. Let's hear from the celebrant, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Galim. Let's start from where everything started today. There's somebody that I would like to introduce to everybody here. This little talent that you see. There's something called blowjob. But today is not about that kind of blowjob. This lady blows as a job. She blows as a job. This lady is she's an extreme talent. I discovered her about 5 years ago, and then I fell in love with her since then. If you invite her to a session like this, she will thrill you beyond any comparison. There's no way to compare this lady with just anybody. If you are ranking her, please rank her with Lagwaja, Kenichi, Ibu, and so on. So let's hear her for just a half minute, and then you will know what I'm talking about.
if you know you're doing anything like this, please take her number, all right? Today. Tomorrow might be too late. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot has been said about me, how I like women, how women flock around me. That is not the entirety of my life and professionalism, for God's sake. I do other things. The Commissioner for Education came here to say something. At least I know one or two things. So I thank all of those people who have told some secrets. And I thank all of those who have withheld their secrets. Thank you for covering my secrets. I don't want to pinpoint this person, that person, and so on. But I'm particularly grateful that my neighbors, my very, 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 very good neighbors are here. You saw them when they came and took pictures with me. I'm very proud of them, all right? I do not regret building around or within the same area as they are living. Riverbank Estate people, I am very grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My colleagues from LASU, I will not say Professor Lagbaja and so on. Most of us here are professors. But that is not why we're here. We're here because we thought Fakoya was worth being with. That you'd rather be here than elsewhere at this time or this day. Being 60 is not a big deal. Most of you are older than me. Well, maybe I don't even know, but a lot of you are older than me, and I'm happy that you are here with me to celebrate my birthday. From the oldest to the youngest among the lecturers of LASU who are here, please accept my gratitude. I thank you all. Pardon me, I will not mention names, but I would like to mention Honorable Commissioner for Education, Mrs. Folashade Adefisayo. She's a very, 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 very busy woman. I've been working with her since, I think, let's say about 10 years now. And I know that she has a very tight schedule. So, ma'am, my big sister, I thank you for coming here. My big brother, Mr. Tunji Odunlami, I can't thank you. I don't need to thank you. But I just have to let you know that you are just one of number one people in my life. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Mr. Akioluwole, Mr. Femi Okeowo, Sister Sheye from Christ Church. Thank you for bringing the glory of God to my house. The glory of God will not depart from you either. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My family, your responsibility, if you like, don't come. But you are here already, so I have to thank you. Thank you for coming. Thank you for doing this in a proud way as usual. Thank you. So everybody here, everybody else, LASU TV, headed by Ambassador Dr. Edward Olutoke. I'm proud of all of you, and you've done a marvelous job already. So I thank you so much. Edward, my younger brother, I thank you so, so much. I come back to the team here. The music here today has advertised itself. I don't need to say much more to advertise anything. They're not going to pay me for any commercial anyway. But it is evident that you guys know what you're doing. You know your onions, you know your marbles, and so on. May God not allow you to lose your marbles. You will not lose this talent in Jesus' name. Everybody else, those who are serving the food, those who prepare the food, and so on. Who else has? Everybody else. Friends who came with their friends, and so on. I'm very proud of you. Sheyi Defadeni and his wife. Thank you guys. That's one of the richest things I have. Yes. Finally, GK. I don't need to thank you, but I'll just say thanks a lot. You are a very wonderful friend. Before I wake up, on every birthday anniversary, GK always puts something on the Facebook for me. And then that draws so many other people to go and make comments there. So, thanks, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let's dance. Thank you so much.
Let's
So joining the celebrants dance would be Mrs. Kiwa, the honorable commissioners, if they are done with their meal, and the big brother, Mr. Adeleke Fakoya.
fún mi.